company, and obviously Jesse is a really cool guy. And I wouldn't work with something unless I thought it was super cool and I thought it was helpful. So I want to get that message across as we're about to get into the finals. That Ting Mobile, really cool initiative, and they offer actually a really legitimate service, and I think it can be a very helpful service. So if you guys want to check that out, calculated.ting.com. Just look at it, just check out what they have to offer. And again, I wouldn't work with it if I thought it was something that wasn't good. So I think it's actually a pretty good service, and that can help a lot of people and help you save money. Sit up straight. I'm sitting up straight. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Anything else I need to cover before we get into the finals? I don't think so. I'm joined by Thunderballs, and I'm just going to join the match. And I say, ready or not, here we go.
I agree. I think everybody's pretty excited about this one. It's been great matches leading up to this one. Some unexpectedly awesome performances from some teams. I would say Vibrance in that semifinal match, just absolutely dominating against RBG. That was a highlight for me, and it sets up a really interesting final here between Zero Issue and Vibrance.
Best of 7. This is the final. This is it. A lot of money on the line and a lot of juicy storylines coming in here as well. Zero Issue is the blue team. Vibrance is the orange team. I'm Axel Toss, joined by Thunderballs, and this is a lot of fun. Coming in, we've been watching Kronovi's team Zero Issue the entire way through, and we're going to be watching them into the final as we see a pretty weird early goal there from Ness. I'm trying to...
Yeah, that might be an issue. That's really, and you're right though. That's a weird one. Usually the game can start with a bit of a strange rhythm as teams get settled in, and that was just kind of an odd pinball between a couple of players in the defensive line, and it's meant an early lead off here for Vibrance. But I don't think we're going to see too many more goals like that one.
I agree. That's why I was a little taken off guard there. It's like, okay, we're in a very important stage of the game, stage of the tournament. This is it. This is the finals. And then we see kind of a weird early goal. So you kind of want to avoid those. But Vibrance is certainly going to be happy about that. So we'll see what happens. Kronovi to the middle, going to follow it up. Falls just behind him. Going to try to keep it out of the blue side, but Heck saying no, hitting it back towards that blue side. Trying to cross to the middle. Brisky is up. Very acrobatic player. He's going to have a decent challenge, and the ball's going to go back to Falls. Kronovi having to go up and get it. Ness with the redirect, trying to get a fancy goal, and already seeing kind of the speed coming out from Vibrance. But I expect this to be a pretty close game to the very end. Very close match.
I do too. It already is so far, and that weirdness we saw initially has been broken into the kind of rhythm that we expected. But Vibrance, they absolutely smoked RBG in their semifinal match. And I know that the notoriety game probably being won by Zero Issue here with the, the Crow factor, but Vibrance aren't obviously no slouches. And of the two teams in semis, they had the better performance.
Oh.
So, and there you go. They're up 2-0 now as Heck finds another one.
Yeah, a little awkwardness here. Astro with a nice touch, and Heck in a great spot to finish that one off. And I was kind of thinking about the awkward first goal. You never want that to happen, and that's such a big deal in game 1 of a best of 7 of a grand final. You really don't want that to happen. So I hope that Zero Issue doesn't take that too hard, and I hope that they're able to maintain their composure as Vibrance going up 3-0. And I think this is a bit of a landslide of the mountain a little here. Snowballing. If you get 1 goal, it can turn into 3 pretty quickly. But again, if I were Zero Issue, I wouldn't necessarily take this too poorly. It's only game 1. Just trying to maintain your composure.
And I mean, 3/5 of game 1 left to play. There's lots of game left here, but Zero Issue, you can see that they're reeling a bit from how this game has started. Those were fast goals, a few of them pretty unexpected, and the physicality as well. That demo goal that Vibrance found for themselves, that's so demoralizing when you're already down early in a game, and that's crucial for keeping their confidence up here in the first game.
Heck bringing this forward. Disrupted by Kronovi, over to False, towards the net. Astro off the backboard, gonna push that down the field, and Heck gonna get a nice touch towards the goal. What? Okay, first of all, where did he come from? Second of all, just the perfect little touch here.
That's so deftly done from Heck. Where he came from, I mean, some other dimension. He was off doing his own thing and saw a ball and said, hey, this is mine. And that negative angle touch took everybody on the ground off guard. We saw a player perspective when he shot that, just how surprised they were that that went on target, and nobody had boost to work with to keep that one out.
And, you know, remember the first semifinal that we saw here, Vibrance against RBG. Vibrance, it was one of the easiest 3-0 sweeps I've seen. The first 2 games were out of control in the favor of Vibrance with just ridiculous score lines, 8-2 and 7-1 or what have you. And then they closed it off with a sweep. So I'm wondering, Mr. Thunder, what's going on here? Vibrance, are they just that good with how well they did coming into this game, coming into this match, and now they're up 5-0 with still 2 minutes to go?
What's going on is business as usual, it seems like, for Vibrance. I'm not familiar with the level of play of this team consistently and knowing where they normally perform, but they're doing exactly what they did to RBG to 0 issue here, and it points to a huge amount of skill on this Vibrance team. They are dangerous, and their playstyle has a lot of markers of where the meta in Rocket League sits at the top level right now. And I expect big things from this team, not just today, but going forward.
Yeah, let's see if they could keep this going throughout this match. I mean, it's fun going up 5-0 in game 1, but there's a fine line there between being too confident and letting it fall apart. So we'll have to see if they can carry this into game 2 as we see Heck with a nice center over to Astro. And just look at the placement of that shot. Perfect upper 90. Top left. That's hard to cover, and that's a great play. The question is, can they keep this up? I mean, I'm impressed here in game 1. I am, with this 6-0 advantage, but it's a best of 7, and you have a mountain on the other team by the name of Kronovi. So I would be hard pressed if this were to continue in such a way throughout the series.
I would be too. I'd be very surprised, but Vibrance have surprised us already today. So don't totally take that for granted. But you're right. Crow is sitting on the other end of things, having been in this situation before, and he's got 2 very capable teammates who have been putting in work all day long. Falls and Brisky doing fantastic work in this tournament to make it a 3-pronged effort. And you're right that I highly doubt we see game 2 go the way that game 1 has gone.
Game 1 might be a foregone conclusion here. 6-0 advantage in favor of Vibrance. Again, reminding me of how they handled the first semifinal. Just winning, and not only winning, but winning by a lot. Kind of just playing proper the whole way through. They've had a couple really fortunate circumstances, including game 1, but stuff like that where we're seeing these super smooth passing plays that aren't being stopped as of yet.
That is so clean. It's ridiculous between these players on Vibrance. I'm pleasantly surprised by the ability of this team, but I know that 0 issue are not sharing that enthusiasm right now. They are not pleased about how game number 1 has gone. It's so tricky to keep your foot on the gas when you get down by that many goals. So for 0 issue, they need to start game number 2 with a total mental reset and get their rhythm back, because they can't let this continue any longer.
Yeah, the numbers there, 15 shots to 4 in favor of Vibrance. I'm just remembering to save the replay. Gotta save the replay, baby. So forgive me while I do that. But, I mean, my gosh, Vibrance, clearly they're good at this game. And I also popped it out to our nature screen. Live view from Seattle, Washington, approaching midday. Actually, it is the afternoon, 1 o'clock. And we're going to get into game 2 here pretty soon, as Vibrance taking game 1 by a score 7-0.
Yeah, you really don't see that kind of scoreline all that often at this level of play and against the caliber of players that you see on the other side of the field. This is This is probably surprising quite a few people right now, unless there are people out there who already had a beat on how good this Vibrance team was and they're holding out on us. Give us that intel, because this team, that's one to watch for sure, but not as much as game 2. We need to watch how Zero Issue responds.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the chat. Chat, see if anyone called it. If you knew Vibrance was this good, let us know in the chat. That's pretty impressive. They've been just playing some absolutely phenomenal Rocket League in this tournament so far, and amazing performance there in game 1. Let's see what happens here in game 2. Kronovi with the demo. That's always nice to start things off. Try to get things on the right foot from a physical front. Try to be as disruptive as possible. Let's see if that can turn into anything that Zero Issue needs. Kronovi with another demo. But that's a double touch on the other side. Ness doesn't care. Even though Kronovi was being super physical, Ness able to find some time and space, and that's what we call a double touch.
Textbook. And Ness, I think, used every ounce of boost to get positioned to nail that angle. They knew exactly the position they needed on the ball to tap that one home. And it was pixel perfect on the boost meter. I think they literally ran out as they touched the ball. And that points to the amount of mechanical skill that there is on this Vibrance team, but it's not skill without purpose. That's the thing that has surprised me most about this team, is that they're so conscientious about when they use that skill at the right time, and it's not just about always trying to put on a show. They really have a complete team.
J-Bass giving some nice insight in the chat, mentioning Heck and Ness have always been pretty good, and Astro is the young gun, who's kind of one of those kids that everyone thinks is going to do well and is just now becoming of age to really compete in these tournaments. So what a fun team to watch so far. Right now, Vibrance with a 1-0 advantage over Zero Issue. This is game 2 of a best of 7. Astro on defense, off the backboard, trying to send it up the field. You might think the pressure is kind of on Zero Issue to make some offense happen. Kronovi, a pass from Brisky back to Brisky, back to Kronovi. Not a lot of boost to work with, just trying to put something on the ball here, maybe try to center it, but much ado about nothing as Astro able to get involved, gets a demo onto Brisky, up to Ness, and Ness hitting it towards the blue goal, but false, barely able to shoo that away. And Zero Issue just looking for opportunities on offense here.
They are, and that pressure that they had, it didn't amount to much, because by the time they got in close, they didn't have enough boost to threaten. They got themselves poised to try and make a play, and then they were out of it. They had nothing in the tank to try and go for that final touch or that final shot. And it's a testament to the defensive rotation of Vibrance, not overcommitting on any given play if it's not truly threatening to them. They wait until Zero Issue is really trying to strike, and then they shut that down. And it's ruthlessly efficient on defense.
Yeah, I feel like we might just need to see Brisk and False step it up big time. We already know Kronovi's, he's going to be a very solid player. We're seeing a lot of flashy plays from the young gun Astro, so I'd really like to see False and potentially Brisky really step it up and show us some flashy plays while Kronovi just keeps them involved. So we'll see what happens. For now, the scoreline much closer than in game 1. But Zero Issue down 1 in the series. They're really looking for a goal here. False going to try to pass to the middle. Looks like Ness is there. Going to try to follow that up with a double touch towards the middle. No one able to find the end of that except False. He's going to send it back the other way. But Astro towards the target. Brisky and Crow double committing on defense. Got to be careful about that. Heck able to hit it towards the goal, but Kronovi keeping it out. Ness keeping it on the offensive side for Vibrance. And now Kronovi and company just trying to find some room to breathe here. They have 70 seconds to try to find a goal and tie this.
And Vibrance here are generating so much space in their rotation that they have time to grab boost when they need to and keep the pressure on. Oh, that was a decent chance there for Zero Issue to tie this game. A slight window opened up, but again, they just weren't quite positioned to take advantage of that. And like I said, the boost game, so controlling by Vibrance that they always have something in the tank when they need to keep the ball in the blue zone. And meanwhile, Zero Issue can't seem to spend more than 20 or 30 seconds in the Vibrance zone. Oh, that's a problem. Breakdown in rotation means 2-0 now.
there was like a rule 1.5 situation, and the player was late rotating back, and Vibrance taking advantage. Again, it is a closer game, but I think it's pretty important for Zero Issue to find something here. They haven't had many goals at all throughout the duration of this series, so I think they're really going to be looking for something positive here in the waning moments of Game 2. It has been better than Game 1, but still, they've got to win, and they definitely don't want to get swept, as Vibrance on the verge of going up 2-0. And they definitely will, well, they almost certainly will go up 2-0 at this point, securing another goal in the last 10 seconds.
They've held Zero Issue to 0 goals. That's really surprising here, and it's not good for Zero Issue's confidence in the series heading forward. They have yet to crack through and give themselves any daylight on trying to push back in this series, and I really think they needed to do it at the tail end of this game. But that ball is going to hit the ground, and still donuts on the scoreboard for Zero Issue as Vibrance take a 2-0 lead in the best of 7.
A little bit of a closer game. Still not too many shots at all from Zero Issue. They need to find that offense. Vibrance just pretty much taking control of each game in each moment. What do you think Zero Issue has to kind of figure out here to change the tempo?
I think that's exactly it. Actually, it's a tempo change, because the style that they're playing is badly mismatched against what Vibrance like to do. Vibrance are a team that's all about controlling and limiting space. They're always up in your face and trying to play as fast as they can. And if you're not willing to attempt to match that, if you're content on just sitting back and trying to capitalize on mistakes and get a rare scoring chance, it's not going to be enough against a team like this. We saw RBG break down in the same way. So Zero Issue have got to inject some confidence into their game and start going for plays that you might think are a little more low percentage to try and catch Vibrance off guard, because the conventional bread and butter stuff is not getting through.
I think maybe it is a positive that Game 2 wasn't as bad as Game 1, so maybe Zero Issue is close to figuring it out. It is a long series. It's a best of 7. That's what's really fun. Longer series in Rocket League, you can really be able to kind of be a surgeon and learn more and more about your opponent as the series goes along. I personally always prefer longer series. I think ranked matchmaking should be best of 3s at the least. I think best of 1s are a travesty in any sense. And here we are in a best of 7, and we've been playing best of 5s all day long. But this is not the start you want. Like, kind of like what I was saying is like, okay, you got time, but you can't give away these early easy goals. I need to see Zero Issue really put a foot down here, and really, I mean, it's now or never. You can't go down 0-3. You gotta put up some good plays right now.
And it's just hesitation again. It's unwillingness to dive in and go for the ball. Ooh. This might be a chance here. What a save on the goal line to keep that out, though. That's the best scoring chance we've seen for Zero Issue in maybe a game and a half, and still they couldn't find the back of the net as Vibrance just continues to shut them down.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity though. I mean, an excellent save had to be made. Another good opportunity here. Kronovi has help. Kronovi maybe should have scored that, but he's happy that Brisky was right there. So Kronovi didn't have that much boost. Got a great challenge against Heck. Astro just made a mistake, and Brisky did a great job just staying in the vicinity to make sure that went in. And that's an important one. Now we're tied 1-1 here in Game 3. Potentially must win. I mean, I would almost say at this point, must win situation. Must win this game for Zero Issue. They cannot afford to go down 0-3 in a best of 7 and be forced to reverse sweep by winning 4 in a row. Just, you don't want that to happen. So Brisky, Crow, and False. Can they bring it back here? We're in a tie game. 60 seconds here in Game 3. Brisky floating up, trying to send it to the middle. Does he have a friend there? Yes. False getting a piece of it. Kronovi with time. He's going to hit it over to Brisky. Looks like Brisky was a little out of boost. Yes, he is out of boost. But he's still going to try to challenge it. Kronovi, though, Heck's going to get past him. Trying to send one to the middle. And False sending it back the other way. Kronovi staying on top of it, keeping it aggressive towards his opponent's corner. False going to pick that up. It's very important possession here. I feel like, oh, Kronovi, another great shot on goal, but a great save from Astro. It's a very important possession. I feel like the next goal is going to be a huge momentum decider at this point.
Absolutely. I think that that goal that they scored, that wasn't just about tying the game. That was about getting your stake in this series for the first time. It was a big deal for the momentum for Zero Issue. You can see it now as they level up here a little bit. Oh my goodness. Speaking of levels up, Astro just completely destroyed that defender there with a late ground pinch.
I kind of saw it coming. Brisky should have seen it coming. Just a little upside down turn to get a pinch off the ground. Astro was out of boost. It was pretty much the only play he had there, and he did it, and it worked. Just a little acrobatics can go a long way in Rocket League. And as we said, I mean, that was an important possession, an important goal. I'd like to see a quick answer here from Zero Issue. Let's see if they can make it happen. False trying to hit it to the middle. Kronovi popping it up. Heck is there. Keeping it easy. Knocking it down to Ness and potentially an open net there, but not able to convert. Brisky trying to get control, sending it towards the Vibrance side. Gets demoed in the process, but Kronovi towards the goal, trying to get it to False. Almost an opportunity. The pressure's pretty good here, but Brisky not able to get a touch on it, and Ness is going back the other way, sending it to the middle, but False able to disrupt. He's probably going to hit this one to the middle. There's Kronovi already jumping back to False, but just a little bit too slow in the pace. The idea was good, though, trying to make that team play happen, to make the goal happen. Kronovi, meanwhile, getting a demo onto Heck. He's going to follow this up towards his opponent's goal. They've got to make it happen. I feel like it's almost now or never with about 100 seconds left here in Game 3. Zero Issue needs to find a goal to tie this game.
They do, and I love the pre-jump from Kronovi as a marker of an increasing confidence on this team. But it's like you said, going down 3-0 in a best of 7 is almost a lost series. Oh no. And they're going to find the insurance here, that extra little buffer for Vibrance. This is a big problem now, and we could be definitely heading to a 3-0 deficit and demanding a reverse sweep in a best of 7 from Zero Issue.
And we know it's possible for that to happen, but Zero Issue doesn't even want to have to do that. They would rather have an easier path, but Heck saying no to that. Jeez, it's just they've got these passing plays just really working out. Astro able to get these touches that are quick touches to get past one defender, and then he's got a teammate ready to follow through and score the goal. Someone say something.
Yeah,
Can I say something?
Yeah, I think so. You can let them know what the old format might be, but the speed here really catching Zero Issue off guard, and that's what I was talking about when I was talking about this Vibrance team and how they show the markers of a team that could sit at the top level of the meta in Rocket League right now. They don't have all of those markers, or else they would already be there, but there are serious signs of a high potential team here. And you're seeing them time and time again. Heck finds another goal here with a bit of individual brilliance. Flip, reset, just destroys the defense. And this is dominating here from Vibrance at this point.
Yeah. This is going to be a hard one to come back in. And Zero Issue is going to have to really try to lock it up and try to make the reverse sweep happen. Again, there's a fair amount of money on the line here. The prize pool is open to contributions. Max potential prize pool is $3,000, and I believe I have that open until a little later today. But you're looking at potentially, you know, a $750,000 difference between first and second. So pretty good amount of money on the line here for this match. So I'm not expecting at all for Zero Issue to throw in the towel by any means, but what it means is that they're going to have to lock it up, lock it down, and prepare for a reverse sweep. They've got to win the next 4 games.
Yeah, this is done and dusted at this point. Game 3 is in the books. Vibrance has got a 3-0 lead in the series, and Zero Issue need a complete reinvention and readjustment here to match what Vibrance are putting down, because this isn't just Zero Issue having an off day. This is Vibrance continuing the show that they put on in the semifinals and just rolling with that.
Really good team. And you know, Kronovi's obviously he's trying things out too with new teams, and he's kind of playing in a lot of tournaments for fun. He said it himself. So, you know, Kronovi definitely wants to play this closer than it has been. So I am expecting it to be a bit closer as we continue forward here, as we come back to the Nature Cam view. What's up, guys? I'm Tosh, joined by Thunderballs, and you're watching the Ting Open. This is the final. Currently, Vibrance up 3-0 on Zero Issue, and it's a best of 7. And I'm gonna remember to save that. Sorry about that. But yes, we have a 3-0 lead for Vibrance, and now the task is on Kronovi and company, aka Zero Issue. Can they win 4 in a row here?
That is a big ask for any team in any situation, but this one, this is because the real red flag here is that the games have not been close.
Right.
It wasn't the sense that, hey, had a bounce gone this way rather than that way, you could have seen a totally different series scoreline. Thus far, Vibrance have just shut this down. And so that's why it's tough to have faith in a reverse sweep coming through here, but you can't lose it entirely because the players are just too good on both sides of the field for this to just be a wash and to have them give up. So Zero Issue are going to fight tooth and nail here to give us a series and not let this be a sweep.
All right, here we go. Game 4 in this best of 7, the grand final of the Ting Open. Lots of money on the line here. Not another early goal. There's a nice save from Kronovi, able to avoid that early goal. I feel like that's something that's happened a little more often than Zero Issue would have preferred. I feel like 2 out of the 3 games we've seen has been an early goal from Vibrance. So at least we're trying to prevent that, and at least almost a potential early goal here. Force Zero Issue. The ball in front of the net there. Brisky going to try to get control of it. Drops it to false. He's going to send it to that orange side. It's kind of a 2v1 situation there. And now Kronovi joining the mix over to Brisky. A great pass. The pace not quite there to convert that into a goal. But we're seeing some nice plays here from the Zero Issue side to start things off. No early goal at least.
No, but you're right. There are definite signs of positivity here for Zero Issue. And the speed of the game has really ramped up a lot in this game compared to what we saw in previous games. And it has to stay this way for the whole time if Zero Issue are going to find some ground in this series, because the moment they let off the gas at this point, Vibrance are going to shut it down and they're going to close the series out. So from this point on, you got to be fast and spotless, which is a difficult task if you're Zero Issue at this point.
I'm liking this game so far, though. 90 seconds in, no goal for either side. We've seen probably an even amount of pressure from both sides as well. Ness trying to send it to the middle, False disrupting it. Kronovi going up, sending it over to False. Another passing play developing here for Zero Issue. False, another touch onto it. Brisky trying to find it, but he's not able to. So Kronovi's going to have to rotate back and collect this. Careful, though. I'm not sure if that pinch was intentional, but it worked out. It seems like Zero Issue with decent pressure here. Kronovi sending it towards the orange side. False. Demo on Astro, and that's going to open the door. Kronovi doing exactly what he needs to do. His team's down 0-3. Securing that goal with obviously very important help from his teammate there, clearing the net with that demo.
Huge demo there. And I was talking earlier about markers of the current meta of Rocket League. That is another one that you want to look out for as a way to disrupt teams who have the skill to match just about any play like Vibrance do. Just delete them from the field. And clearly there, it worked out for them. And oh, that's a nice save from Crow to keep this lead intact for Zero Issue and keep their hopes alive in the series.
Yeah, actually a fair amount of demos happening across the field. Who's going to be the last car alive? Much more physical play happening. But you have to expect Zero Issue to be ever present at this point. They know how important every goal is, and they're up 1-0. Let's see if they can hold on. Kronovi up, shot towards the goal. Of course there's someone there. Brisky gonna follow that up, send it back to the middle. Kronovi, yes, he is there. I don't think he had boost, but I knew he just finished that shot. So that's a hard decision to make. Kronovi didn't have boost, but he stayed there just to make sure to get that goal, and he flicked that on in there. It's exactly what he needed. Really good pressure, turning into a goal there for Zero Issue.
And you know what? That's funny too. That's a characteristic that I've heard pro players talk about with Crow in particular, in how his willingness to abandon boost to prioritize playing the ball instead really catches a lot of people off guard. And that play was a prime example of that, saving the double tap away as well as Crow, that player we're talking about. But in that play, he had nothing left to work with in the tank, but he saw the opportunity and used a flip cancel to get enough extra momentum on the ball just to get a piece of it and pinch it inside the post.
A little awkward here. Not the situation you want to be in. The ball slow rolling in your corner with no one having control, but Zero Issue able to navigate themselves away from that. Crow trying to hit the false. He's out of boost. Not able to pick up the corner boost either, so he's in no man's land. Brisky going to be tasked with some defense. Crow still without boost, still gets a touch on the ball. This is a little awkward for Zero Issue. Can they get it out of their side of the field? Kronovi with the touch. That's to heck though. Shot on target. Brisky there with the save. He's going to have some control of it. I don't know if he has boost though. Going to try to extend the play as long as possible. But Ness is there. Sending it back the other way. There's Kronovi. Now false. Heck trying to push to the middle. Decent attempt and decent pressure here from Vibrance. They're down 0-2, so they would love to end this series right here, right now, but Zero Issue, they are stepping up considerably here. They were on the verge of being swept, and now they are making a fight out of it. Astro able to sneak in there for a goal. Looks like that was a pass to himself.
Yeah, what a touch. Really, there were two people trying to contest that ball at two different angles. One on the initial bounce off the back wall, and he beat that player. And then two, with the shot placement, he beat the second player as well. So Astro has been lighting up the scoreboard with some individual plays so far today. And it's been really scary. Oh my goodness, almost finding another one there. And this is really scary. If you're Zero Issue, this is the team that we've seen dominate this series so far, starting to look a little bit more characteristic. And that could be some trouble here for Zero Issue, who are barely holding on to a goal lead.
Can they hold on? 5 seconds to go and send this to another game. Stay alive in the Ting Open single elimination. No double elimination here, ladies and gentlemen. We are single elim. We are hardcore. Isn't that right, Thunder?
Oh, the hardest of course.
Yes.
For sure.
That's us. All right.
And speaking of hardcore, what a performance from Zero Issue to stave off elimination. That is really impressive that they were able to stand up there and give themselves a bit of a mental reset. You can't imagine, or you have to imagine, that they were feeling pretty demoralized after being dominated in the previous 3 games. So that's seriously impressive from them to turn things around and get themselves a marker on the scoreboard in this series.
Looks like these guys are ready. Let's keep on going here. Welcome to the nature cam. We got some birds hanging out on the railing. A nice view of the Olympic Mountains. But we're about to get straight back into the next match. Who thought it would be over in 4 games? Be honest. Be honest. In the chat. Did you think it would keep going? Here we are. Did you think we'd be here in Game 5? I'm not sure I thought we were going to be here in Game 5, but here we are. The situation, this is Ting Open Finals. We're nearly $2,000 in total on our prize pool. Again, you can still contribute to the prize pool if you'd like. ! Donate in the chat. Every contribution made will go to the prize pool up to $3,000, and right now we're around $1,800. So a lot of money on the line for these teams. Almost an early goal here. Gosh, the first 30 seconds is so important in a Rocket League game. It's so fun to watch unfold. From the kickoff, who has momentum, who has pressure, who has possession, who can get that first goal. And it looks like for now, they're going from blow for blow. Zero Issue trying to hold on defense, actually. Kronovi is there ready and waiting. There's another shot. Oh, that was a fake. That was an axle break. That was an axle toss. That was an axle toss fake. We're working on it, okay? But here's what happened. Astro, he could have hit it forward, but he hit it to the left and he slowed it down, and both defenders were taken off guard. Zero Issue, they've got to maintain their composure. They let 1 goal in, but they really got to lock it down here and maintain their composure and not let that get the best of them here.
Yeah, they're if they're cleaning up, they got to toss some axles out of the way because a few of them got broken
Right.
on that defensive end. That shot, so smartly done from the goal scorer there, not to just opt for a power shot when there's two defenders waiting for it. Instead, they cut it back the other way. That was brilliant. But that's only one goal, and I have to imagine at this point, Vibrance are going to need more than one if they want to topple Zero Issue. So let's see what transpires here because we've got lots of game left to play.
It's a hard situation though. You're on the verge of being eliminated from the tournament and you're losing in the game. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Like that's a hard position to be in a tournament match game, match point. So I'm nervous for Zero Issue, but they kind of have to understand it, and I think that they do. So they have to really step up and make something happen. And they can't pretend like they have time here. They don't really have time to do it. So we'll see what happens. Vibrance definitely going to be happy with getting that early goal, and now it's up to Zero Issue to step it up. Let's see if they can. False and Crow, both in the air. The ball towards the net. It misses, though, and that was a double commit on the Zero Issue side, so they have to recover a little bit from that possession change. Ball going to the middle, into Hex hands. He was faking, I guess we'll call it. But unfortunately for them, possession is going to be changed. Kronovi is going to get a piece of it off the back wall. Trying to send it to the middle to his teammate. A little bit of confusion, perhaps the slowest shot I've ever seen. That's going to be saved by Astro.
It's the spacing and the rotation. I think that's been an issue, a consistent issue for Zero Issue. And it's something that they've gotten caught in a bunch of situations where they've had two players who could go for the ball, and you're trying to limit those situations as much as you can. You want it to be really clear who the next person is to engage on the rotation, and in that instance, they lost a great shooting opportunity because they couldn't decide, and falls just panicking on the defensive line as Vibrance find themselves a really important second goal.
Ah, yeah, that was awkward. False. Did not want that to happen. And now you're really running out of time here. Down 0-2. You're on. It's match point. If you lose this game, you're out of the tournament. You're second place. Question is, who's going to win? And Vibrance putting themselves in a great position here to do just that. So it's up to Zero Issue here. What magic can they come up with? 2 minutes to score 2 goals and maybe 3. No. Don't throw in the towel yet, but this just became a lot more difficult. They've got to score 3 goals in the next 1 minute 55 seconds to tie this game and to stick around in this tournament.
Yeah, this is crunch time. If there ever was a description of crunch time, this is it. They cannot wait to score the first goal to get their march back towards a comeback. They got to find one in the next 20, 30 seconds, maybe, if they want to have a reasonable shot at getting a comeback in this game. Because with the frequency of scoring chances that they get, they're not coming too often. So they got to find one early here.
And huge kudos to Vibrance, really holding the fort down. Comfortable games throughout this entire tournament and playing a really solid match point game here. So again, pressure on Zero Issue, team led by Kronovi. Can they bring it back here? It seems like they keep getting the best of them. Like Vibrance keeps getting the best of them every which way. And we are definitely out of time. 60 seconds left effectively to score 3 goals and now 4.
Every time we say it, how many goals they have to score, they add 1.
Vibrance. I think they're making a statement here, Thunder.
Oh, I know they're making a statement here. For anybody who tuned into this tournament with the semifinal and now the final, against the caliber of teams that they're playing against, this is definitely a statement for Vibrance as a team. You watch out.
Zero Issue tasked with scoring 4 goals here in the last 50 seconds. It's not impossible, but it's incredibly difficult against most teams. Against a world-class, like a North American region-class team like Vibrance, it might be near impossible.
Well, it's 5.
I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with Vibrance here. They're keeping it up. And they might be our Ting Open champions.
Yeah, we're pretty close to calling it here. I think that 5th goal, I mean, even the 4th one, really, when you think about the usual competitive pace of a Rocket League game, that was big time trouble, and this might well and truly be it. And like you said, full marks to Vibrance for this. They have put on such a show here as a team that, yeah, for people who are tight and familiar with the scene, they knew what we might be able to expect from them. But maybe even Vibrance didn't expect to be able to perform this consistently well all day long. They try to add another goal there, but congratulations, because as that timer ticks down, that's 4-1, and that is a Grand Finals win for Vibrance.
Yep, that's going to do it. That is going to do it. Congratulations to Vibrance, and also congratulations to Zero Issue. Both teams making it to the finals, but only one may win, and that winner today is Vibrance. And honestly, convincing all the way through. Like, no issue whatsoever. Just taking care of business. Making some cool money before 2 p.m. Pacific time, and continuing on with your day.
That's a pretty clean half day. Just get your day started winning a big tournament against Kronovi and company. That's a bullet point on a resume if I've ever heard one. And I only have one question, and it's for Team RE5. How did you do it? How did you take a game off of Vibrance in way back in the bracket when we were at round 3? That's the only game until the final that Vibrance dropped all day, and I want it'd be interesting to hear how that one game loss that they had earlier in the day went, because other than that, they've been pretty spotless.
Well, I have asked if they want to chat, so keep an eye on the voice channels here, and we can drag them into this secret channel. So help me keep an eye on that to see if they show up. But anyway, my goodness, I don't think that it's closed yet, the prize pool. So if people still want to contribute, I still think there's another 30 minutes to an hour left on that. So you're still able to do that. But Vibrance, your tournament champion, third, fourth will be split in pricing. And of course, Zero Issue in second place. And that's going to wrap up our tournament. Nice, easy, single-win tournament. Done before 2 p.m. Obviously, next time we want to get more people in, but I think we had a lot of really cool teams, a lot of really cool players. We had a lot of people playing this tournament, and I think most everyone enjoyed it. Hopefully.
Yeah, the level of play was fantastic. Even given, like you said, certainly there could have been a way bigger pool of teams that could have entered, but with who we had great matches on stream all the way through. Some that went down to Game 5 deciders, like the quarterfinals we saw Swim Team in Fortnite and Crimson Wings and Zero Issue. So all across the board, it's been a great day of competition, and I think I heard someone just drop into the voice chat for some kind of potential chat from the winners.
Yes, we have Astro, if he can talk. See, this is where I figure out if my Discord settings are garbage. Astro, can you speak in the channel? Okay, I'm gonna give him a role of Discord. Give me a moment here. We're gonna talk with at least one of our players. Okay, it should work now. Astro, can you hear us?
Also muted, Astro. If you're not aware, you are muted in Discord.
Okay, we'll give it a second. Astro, if you can hear us, go ahead and talk. If you figure it out. Wait. Okay. This isn't working. Let me try it.
Hello? Oh, there you go.
Yo, what up,
There we
dog?
go. We got him.
Yo, what up?
So, Astro, welcome to the program. You are on television.
Yo.
The world can hear you. So, first of all, I'm Axel Toss. Nice to meet you. Joined by Thunderballs over here. We were watching you play your matches. How are you feeling, man? You just won the tournament. Talk to me about how you're feeling, and talk to me about your team.
I'm feeling hype right now, cause like It's like I think first is like 1K or something, and that's like
It's
the
a lot of money, dude.
yeah, the prize pool from first to second is like a big difference, so it's pretty hype. And the team, it's pretty cool. They had it was funny because they actually had false. They were zero issue last regional, and they had false. And then they did a roster change, and then I tried out. I got the spot. It's pretty cool, like getting in the spot and then beating false, who was on the team last foot.
Yeah, dude, and it seemed pretty comfortable. Were there any moments today where you were unconcerned, or was it just business as usual?
Um, I was. We had like these guys like in like the third round or something, and one of them was literally insane for some reason, and I think we lost a game to them. But then, other than that, until finals, it was pretty like it was just pretty free. And then, yeah, the only concern was either maybe RBG or the finals against Crimson or Zero Issue.
But dude, you were winning like 8-2, 8-0, 7-2, 9-1.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's going on with that? It seemed like you guys weren't just winning; you were winning with style and with comfort.
Yeah, I think we would normally be winning, but like I didn't expect us to actually just destroy everyone. Like we were beating like the better teams that I thought I would worry about more than like the like first round and second round teams. It was weird, but yeah, we were just playing all well today.
It's funny that you mentioned that the team in the mid rounds too. I brought that up at the tail end of this match because I wondered who was that team that Vibrance dropped a game to in round three. But it's nice to hear actually that it came down to it sounds like one player on the other roster who just was having the day of their lives or was popping off and gave you some trouble, but you managed to limit it to just one win and shut them down after that.
Yeah, he was popping.
And Astro, can you talk to me about your your competitive, uh, I guess, future? How it's kind of been and where you are and where you're going. Obviously,
Uh,
you've tried you just haven't been old enough to compete. So how do you kind of see that playing out now that you're becoming of age, I suppose, to compete in Rocket League?
it's pretty cool. Yeah, I wasn't. I used to like, I just turned 15 in October, so I was able to compete in like the grid quals and everything. And with the team I had then, it was pretty well. And now with the Vibrance, I'm feeling really good for later tonight and like the qualifiers to make RLCS. And yeah,
Well, I
and for
feel
the
like
future, just
yeah, go ahead.
hoping to at least like my goal right now with this team is at least like make RLCS like the main event and then maybe get some upsets in there. But I'm just focused on making RLCS right now.
Obviously happening today. So I'm assuming you're feeling good going into the RLCS qualifiers based on how well you did in the Ting Open.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good. My only fear is that hopefully we don't get like burnt out of playing from like 12 to like 7 or whatever. But I think we're all gonna take a break for like an hour and then come back and get ready for RLCS.
Cool. And that being said, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for playing, and I guess anything you want to say to the fans or anything. The floor is yours. Anything you want to say before we let you go?
All I gotta say is hashtag Vamos Vibrance.
I like it. Let's go Vibrance in Spanish. Yo hablo un poquito español. Are you from? Where are you from?
uh, my parents are Mexican, but I'm from Florida. The Why it's Vamos Vibrance, it was supposed to be like victory for Vibrance, but because Ness is like one of like the best in like best Mexican players, and he has like a good Mexican like fan base and community, he decided to make it Vamos Vibrance.
Dude, I like it. I'm a fan. My last name's
Yeah.
Rodriguez, so I get to be in the club, right, guys? Uh, anyway, Astro, hey, thanks for your time and good luck for the rest of the day.
Thank you. Hope y'all have a good day. Thanks for hosting.
Yep. See you, dude. All right, that was Astro from Team Vibrance. They just had a ridiculously good uh, day, getting first place, and that's going to wrap up our program. Um, we are still taking contributions to the prize pool. I think there's a little bit of time left on that, so if you still want to do that, go for it. Uh, I'm really excited that we even had anyone give money to stimulate the prize pool. Regardless, these players are going to be paid a good amount of money, so I'm happy for the players as well. But I guess before we sign things off, Thunderballs, anything else you wanted to say before we sign it out?
I mean, hashtag Vamos Vibrance. I'm on that team too. I was really pleasantly surprised at the performance from that team today, getting to see them in the semis and the finals. And I'm really curious to see how their day pans out with our LCS qualifiers as well. Because if they can keep up the level of performance that they had in the Ting Open here, taking the win, then things are looking bright for them. And a big thanks to you, Axel, for putting this all together, and with Ting sponsoring as well, and to all the teams who came out and gave us a great day of competition.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Thunder. And I tell you, hey, if they're still listening, Vibrance, can I like? I feel like I asked too many teams if I can be a sub. But can I be your friend? I need to practice my Spanish anyway, so maybe we can get some Spanish lobbies together going. Maybe that could be fun. We'll have like a night for playing Rocket League in Spanish and Espanol, and I can practice my Spanish. I should probably be better at Spanish. But anyway, happy for all the players getting paid. Thanks for all the teams for participating here in the Ting Open. I hope there will be more. And if you guys straight up, if you want there to be more of this, um, show some love to the sponsor. Honestly, reaching out on Twitter, reaching out to Jesse, saying thank you to him, going to calculated.ting.com is all very helpful things you can do to help make this tournament continue into the future. I think we'll do it again. I think every time we've done it, we've had a lot of fun. So I'm hopeful that we will be doing it again. And I think it's really fun having open tournaments that anyone can compete in. Obviously, finding the best time for it is probably the hardest part. But huge shout out to Ting Mobile. And again, I wouldn't work with the company if I didn't like them or if I didn't think they'd be helpful. I think it is a very valid way to save money. So I would encourage checking it out. Calculated.ting.com. Basically, if you are on any phone provider, you're able to switch to Ting Mobile and you'll have a lower monthly rate. It's not for everyone, but it is for a lot of people. And you could probably, if you pay your phone bill, you could probably cut it in half by switching over. Also, we have a giveaway. The first 15 people to sign up using calculated.ting.com. You can use the phone you already have. You don't need a new phone. The first 15 people to convert over and to verify with Jesse in the Discord, we're giving away lots of things. We have a swag pack that includes ear pods, I think, includes a t-shirt, and some other items. So that's it. That's it for us. We're going to close this out. I'm going to show that interview again that we have with Jesse and Renessa. Excellent interview, and Jesse says a lot of cool things about Ting Mobile. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Congratulations to all the players for getting paid. Vamos Vibrance. Good luck in all the Rocket League competitions in the future, and stay tuned for more from me in Rocket League and in other games. Thanks to all the commentators, producers, admins. There's so many people who helped make this happen, and I really appreciate all of you. So we're done. Enjoy this interview.